welcome everyone to our first Women in Tech ERG in-person event. So I've asked some lovely ladies to help us out today and be publicly really honest in front of their colleagues. So they've all said yes, so they're either very brave or haven't actually read the questions that I'm going to ask them. For those who don't know me, I'm Faye, I'm the head of marketing here at Infinity, and I'm not someone who's shy in putting my opinions forward in meetings. Anyone who's been on a call with me probably knows that. But that's why I'm here, because I thought it was a good opportunity, and it's what I want for the women of Infinity, is to have a voice. Some of you might know that we've had a Women in Tech ERG for a little while, and some of you might not. And if you don't, that's kind of the point of the relaunch. So it's not always been the loudest voice in the building. Life gets busy, priorities get in the way, but that changes tonight. We want this to be a place for community, connection, and somewhere that you can really voice your opinions. So what I want to do is introduce these four brilliant ladies I have. So if you want to go down and introduce yourselves.
So I'm Tamara Phelan, and you lovely ladies have invited me in today. I actually work for a company called Oka, and I work as a coach as well. So I'm here, to support you guys today.
Nicola Carty, Head of Account Management. 5 months into my journey at Infinity, and what I am delighted to be here is to be able to see so many females in an IT company that I can see that we can really start making a difference together.
I'm Chloe, and I work on the CE service desk as a first-line engineer.
Hello. So I'm Tracy Millings. I'm one of those really annoying people you see and hear from very regularly. So I head up project delivery, and it's amazing to see so many lovely, beautiful women here today. So please come back. Please join Women in Tech, because it's a wonderful opportunity.
Thank you. Right, so Tracy, we're going to start with you. So can you tell us about a specific moment early in your career that you felt like maybe you didn't belong?
Just one.
Anyone that you like?
Okay. So it's actually quite a poignant one, and it was kind of a turning point for me. So I'm not going to say how many years ago, but it was a few years ago. And I just found that I was always the only woman in the steering committee. I was the only person in technical, commercial, contractual conversations. And as is always the way, the conversation was going on, decisions were being made, and no one seemed to be identifying the risks and the issues. And my voice was kicking off in the back of my head, and it was just going, Tracy, open your mouth, call out the risks. And it wasn't a concern around what I was going to say, it was a concern around me being heard and them taking me seriously. So I left that meeting after opening my voice very uncomfortably, and I decided then I was there for a reason. They asked me there because I had a point of view, and I was the best person in the room to offer that. And if I don't answer, it's my responsibility and I'll be the risk. So that's poignant, absolutely poignant, and haven't looked back since.
Thank you. I'm sure we've probably all been in that situation where we've wanted to say something and then maybe haven't. So thank you for sharing. Nicola, what's changed the most for women in tech since you've started? And do you think we're still stuck anywhere?
For me, I think it's certainly probably similar journey to Tracy in the length of time that we've been in IT. And actually, for me, it's been able to see the confidence that women have been able to step into and being able to take ownership for where they are in the room. It's difficult because actually the further we go, the more male-dominated it is. I'm delighted that I work for an organisation that has so many women in senior positions that actually sets the bar, but it's not necessarily the same for our customers. So it's being able to have the confidence, as Tracy said, to be able to know that you were there for a reason and have that support to be able to make a decision and talk about it, and being able to prove that you know the information, there's a reason why you're there.
Definitely. And Tracy, do you think anything's changed? Obviously, you spoke about the struggles.
Oh, what's changed? Well, look around the room, right? So we're in a tech industry, male-dominated historically, and this is probably the most female representation I've seen in an IT company. So as an industry, absolutely. In Infinity Group, most definitely. We're not quite there yet. So there's still a few areas where, it's not quite where we would like it to be, but just turn up, be authentic, own your voice, and just keep on doing what we're doing well.
And I think as well, we've we've all got a voice, regardless
Yeah.
of what our position is as in our gender. We all support each other, and it's been able to. And I guess we'll touch on this later around allyship and how that's changed in technology over the years as well. And across the market, there are more people who are supportive, regardless of your gender. It's more about your ability and being able to stand and being confident and authentic in yourself.
Definitely. So you've mentioned allies. What do you think a good ally looks like?
I've had some mixed ones over the years. I think it's having somebody who knows that you are there to you're there for a reason. As Tracy said, you've got that voice in the room, but it's having the confidence to do that, and having a good ally allowing you to use that voice and pause a room. You know, in my early days, I was probably the only female there, and actually you go in there, you planning, you're doing a lot of research, you're probably over preparing because of the fact that you're in that room with individuals who are quite intimidating when you're starting out early in your career. Probably still a bit now are quite intimidating. But having somebody who knows your worth and can pause to allow you to speak and continue to encourage you to do that is really important. I've worked with people in tech and who continue to really push women in technology, particularly in technical roles, really voice how they can bring more across the industry.
Nice. And Chloe, as someone who is early in their career, what would be your views on sort of what a good allies look like for you?
Again, being supportive, especially like, for example, in my role, I'm a first line engineer. So someone who's in a second line or third line might be a bit more technical than me. So just having that support and knowing that I can ask questions. And I think being supportive is very important.
And is there one thing that you can think of that either a colleague or a manager has done to help kind of build that confidence?
So recently we had a group meeting, and my manager highlighted, for example, the amount of cases that I'd closed, and it was a very high amount, and I also wasn't expecting it myself, so it was really nice to be recognised and know that my manager is recognising that too.
Nice. Has anyone else got any other stories they want to add to a good colleague or manager that's maybe helped with their confidence or journey?
I think it's everybody in this room. I think we're all allies.
Definitely.
And we can look back at all kinds of examples where someone has pushed you or someone's given you an opportunity, but in reality, we're all allies and we need to be doing that for each other. So, if you see an opportunity to help someone shine, do it.
Agreed.
If you see an opportunity for someone to grow, support it, because that's what we're here for. We're here for each other.
To support that as well, Tracy, I think it's encouraging people to step outside of their comfort zone.
Yeah.
Find your own voice. Know that you can believe in yourself, which Chloe is very much doing. But it is, and asking for help as well, as Tracy said. There are people there inside and outside our organisation that will really help you find that voice and trust yourself. The worst thing you can do is make a mistake or someone says no and then you just get up and off you go, really.
Yeah.
I think as well, just like working as a team and knowing that you're not on your own and like celebrating team wins.
Definitely.
I think for me, it's creating the space for others that maybe stand back, but also, we look at things differently. And I remember I started life as an engineer, and they didn't even have women toilets. Like, I had to use the disabled toilet back then. And I would constantly see things differently. Everyone would be going, oh yeah, we're going to do this, 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 and this. And I would say, why not that? We see things differently, and use your voice. And if you've already got a platform and a position, create the space for others. For me, mentors and allyship is having people create the space and let you shine in it, create that space.
We'll stick with you tomorrow. So we've spoken about speaking out and talking about what you want. What about listening? How do you know when to really listen to what you want rather than just saying yes to everything?
This is a really good question. And a lot of people that I work with, especially women, can find themselves kind of almost people pleasing and trying to do everything to prove that they're good enough to be where they are. One of the most important things that I learned was to listen, and really listen. Most of us are listening to respond. So you're in a conversation, you're listening to respond to what the person's saying. But when you start to slow down and listen to understand, you realise one of the byproducts of that is seeing how much thinking you're doing. So the scientists think that we have between 60 and 80,000 thoughts a day. So there's a lot of traffic in your mind, and it's knowing what to listen to and what not to listen to. And for me, there's a feeling associated with the listening that guides me. Like, so if something doesn't feel right, I take a step back and think about it. And if something feels anxious or stressy, then I realise that I'm overthinking it and settle it down. And I'm guided by the thinking that has a feeling associated that guides me almost.
Yeah, that makes sense.
Yeah.
It does. And obviously, we're all quite busy people. We've got stuff going on inside and outside of work. How do you prioritise juggling such a sort of busy life and workload?
Yeah, it's really interesting. And I think some of the things that we're all seeing is AI is transforming the way we do business. And our agents are doing things so quickly. There's so much going on. And we've got our own to-do lists and lots of things going on. It's really hard to try and not follow, like, you're thinking all over the place. So for me, I slow down and I start the day and think, right, what's going to move the needle? What do I need to do most? And then I create time in my day to reflect and see what's changed. So this is going to move the needle most right now. What can I delegate? You know, what can I get help with? And then I take a break and go, okay, what's changed? Is this still the most important thing to do? Or does something else now take priority? So it's just giving yourself a bit of space. And I don't know, this is just me, I can't speak for anyone else, but I actually don't multitask very well. And I know a lot of women can, but for me, I don't. So when I try and multitask, I end up doing everything not very well. So for me, it's prioritising. I am all in on this task and I finish it to the highest level I can do, and then I move on to the next one. And when I try and multitask, I get to the end of the day with a sprawl of half-started things and nothing really finished.
I think a few of us can probably resonate with that one.
Yeah, so for me, it's focus and slowing down to go faster and using the agents and the tools to do the things that make sense, but not to erode your own cognitive, you know, your own creativity, your own, what you're bringing to the table.
Nice, thank you. So I know we've not got a huge amount of time today, but have you all got one thing that anyone in this room could take away today that they can start doing differently? Whoever wants to go first.
Try and be a bit more confident.
You've already ticked that one off today as well.
Yeah, you smashed that. Well done.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Amazing.
Anyone else?
Yeah. Turn up and be intentional. Don't turn up, be a standby, you know, someone that's just going to look on. Like, actually go there with a purpose and know your worth. So, you know, you're there for a reason. Offer your objectives. It's important that we create diverse working spaces, and we're all part of that. So if it was a business world without women, it will be a very different situation. This is not about gender, it's about you personally and what you bring to the table. So rock up with intent.
Just probably to echo a little bit of what Tracy said, it's about having that self-belief.
Yeah.
You know, having the confidence in yourself that actually you know it. Sometimes we might not know it all, but you can give it a go and just try it. I think that's the most important thing. You're here for a reason. You've got good things that you can contribute. You know,
Definitely.
Believe in yourself.
I like that one.
I've got a book that I share with a lot of the people that I work with from a performance perspective. You've got one, haven't you? So I'm going to leave one for the office, or leave a
Amazing,
couple.
thank you.
But one of the things that I would say everyone can do, differently, is look at how you're listening. Slow down and listen. And no matter what role you're in, whether you're in customer service, sales, development, when you slow down and listen, the answers will be there.
And that one applies inside and outside of work, doesn't
Everywhere.
it? Yeah.
Listen to your children, your husband, your partner, whoever. Like, when I remember when this really changed for me, and one of my kids said to me, "Oh, you're actually listening." And it kind of broke my heart in one way, because I realised that I hardly ever was. I was always in my mind and not present. And and it was like, yeah, I can do this. I can be present every day. So, yeah.
Nice. Does anyone have any questions or anything they want to share? No pressure to if you don't want to. If not, can we give these ladies a big round of applause for being so brave today? So thank you, ladies. And so Women in Tech is back and properly this time. So if any of you have ideas, feedback, or just want to get a bit more involved, then please message me or give me a call. My door is always open for everyone. And now let's go network.